So this trip is going to be an absolute nightmare to edit because we've ended up doing so much more than we planned on. We've done 4 stops or 4 villages, and we only planned on doing 1 to start with. I've been talking about it for months now, but this month is the month where my wife finally comes with me for a car camp. Now with that though comes some other problems, namely that I've got to clean the car first. Some of you as well may remember the infamous egg incident. This is the offending egg stain. That is an anti-back wipe. And it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. The other difference as well, with there being 2 of us, means what I actually take with me is going to be different this time. Normally it's all very precise. I know exactly what I'm taking, just put it in the box and go. Now this time, where I'm not going to have the cooker, means I won't need any food. Also, I won't need the porta potty because there's not going to be room to use that. We've actually have bought a mini collapsible toilet thingy, so if there's an emergency during the night, then we can at least use that if we need to. It's just a case of looking through the boxes now and figuring out what I actually need. An interesting dilemma I hadn't thought about with the 2-bed setup was how we access the storage. Now, as you know, I normally have those green fruit boxes, but the problem with the green fruit boxes is you wouldn't be able to get to them because you can't pull them out because the mattress is in the way, and there's no easy way of moving this mattress when we're both in the car. But because I have so many of these fruit containers, boxes even, I have these ones too, and these are half the depth or half the height, so because of that you can still get 2 under there. Actually you can get 3 under there, so much room. You can get 3 under there, and actually you can reach in and take stuff out without the need to pull the whole tray out, so it still works really well. And actually, because when you're in 2-bed setup the chair goes up like this rather than flat, you have a whole new space here, which is huge, and actually you could fit one of those green boxes in there. So I think that might solve our storage issue for our first trip. Before we do anything, we need to get some supplies from Asda. That's all the shopping done. Now it's time to go to Norfolk. the advantage of car camping is just this. We were on our way to our planned destination, but we saw a sign for a village we've never been to before, so we thought, you know what, let's stop off. So we've stopped into Wymondham, and we're going to have a little wander around and see what's here. But it looks like it could be quite nice. This is why we absolutely love Norfolk. Enormous golden beaches. And look, there's only 4 people on it. This is Winterton-on-Sea. It's somewhere where we try to come at least once a year, and we absolutely love it here. So, needless to say, we had to come here at least to visit. So we've actually decided to park in Great Yarmouth for the night. There seems to be plenty of parking here, so that's all good. What we're just doing now is just having a little wander down to the main drag, so to speak, so we can get ourselves some food, and then later on we'll go back up the road to where we're going to park. This is pretty much what the setup looked like. And there you go, that's our first car camp done. It was a very different style video, obviously. Nothing in the car this time. By the time we got back to the car at 9 o'clock, we literally just got straight into bed and did absolutely nothing. So there's nothing to really film. But ultimately, it was her first car camp, and while she found it odd, she did sleep relatively well, on and off. I slept on and off as well. I'm not used to parking roadside. I've never parked roadside before, so that's the first timer for me as well. But overall, it did actually work well. It tells you that the Zafira, although you can sleep to, it becomes only the place where you're going to sleep. There's not really enough room to do much else with the current setup, but certainly what we're going to do is look at, can we improve the setup as it currently is to, I don't know, to maximise the room so we can do more stuff inside. So last night pretty much confirmed as well why I love having the porta potty in the car, and also why it's important to have your own stove. It makes life so much easier when car camping. You're not reliant on when public toilets open, when they close. You're not reliant on finding a restaurant, and it makes life so much easier with those two things. So, well, as we're here to make the most of our time, I think we're going to go for another little wander around Great Yarmouth just before we set off home. Well, considering this little car camping trip was only supposed to be one village, we've actually ended up doing 4 places now, and all in 24 hours. So the last destination we've stopped at on the way home is called West Stow Country Park, and it's somewhere next to the Anglo-Saxon village, which is a place that we've always seen on the way home but never ever stopped into. And actually, it looks like it's going to be a really nice, pleasant walk. It's also worth saying, because of all the extra bits we've done on this car camp, the editing is going to be an absolute nightmare, because every time we've got to somewhere and left, I've said goodbye, see you later, take care, when clearly we've then gone on to do something else. But this definitely is the end of the trip. We are now about to get in the car and go home. So I hope you've enjoyed this trip, and we look forward to going out again. It doesn't feel right for the video to end with me not sitting in my car. So here's me saying, hope you enjoyed this month's video, and I'll see you next month. Take care.